Hmm. Great question, Neil. Yeah, I don't know if there's one thing that's missing. I think any given night, it could be a multitude of things. So it's really important that we try to be consistent. Especially on the defensive end. I think, going back to the start of this year, that's something that we have had a lot of success at. And when we've gotten away from that, I think that might be what has been missing in some games. So that was a big point of emphasis this week, in our second bye week that we've had here now, and really trying to get back to our defensive principles and being really good at the basics. Because when you look at our opponent on Thursday night, how good are they at the basics, and how successful they have been for multitude of years, being really good at the basics. So.
You're beginning a stretch run here now. You're 2 games out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of basketball play. How do you kind of approach this final month of the regular season?
Yeah, just like we have been, one day at a time. It's crazy. You look at the standings, and we weren't shy with our team talking about it. We could be anywhere from that 4 or 5 seed to last, right? And how important each day is, each game is, but really, really important how every practice is, and our preparation going into these games, especially these road games, and how you have to have a different mentality on the road. And we do have a tough schedule ahead, but there's so much basketball to be played, and there's going to be a lot of shifting in those standings. And I think the teams that really have a sense of urgency this month are the ones that are going to, propel.
How close are you to getting over that hump?
I think it goes back to Neil's question about consistency, and it's hard to tell with this team because we have been so up and down. And I think there's been stretches here more recently in our games where we have been able to string together better quarters. We've been able to handle some moments in games better. So hopefully, and I think that comes from our leadership and our experience. You see our seniors playing at a level that they need to play. And so hopefully we can carry that throughout.
When you see Green Bay, what have you seen from them that you didn't see the first time you played them?
Maddie Schreiber's back. So their leading scorer, who didn't play in our first game, is now back from her wrist injury, and that just gives them a whole lot more depth off the bench. She's coming off the bench right now, and but they're really good. They're really good at what they do. We talk a lot about how experienced this league is, but these guys have been playing together for 4, sometimes 5 years. So you look at a team like Purdue Fort Wayne, they have experience and they have transfers that have slid in nicely. This group has been playing together since they were freshmen. And again, credit to them in an environment that is ever changing, that they all chose to stay at Green Bay for a reason. And they're playing really probably their best basketball right now. But we played them tough here at home, held them to 58 points, the lowest point total that they have had in conference. So we're going to have to do some things that we did, but also make some adjustments because now we're on the road.
Joey, in recent games, she's played a lot of minutes for you guys. So you guys have asked a lot of her, to kind of run the offense for you guys as well as, her defensive responsibilities as well. What has she kind of done to earn, the kind of trust that you guys have?
I'm sorry, who you asked? Zoe. Yeah, Zoe's played a lot of minutes for us, and she has, and she's kind of grown into that point guard position. I don't think she's played particularly well as of late. And she knows that she needs to get back to the things that she does well, which is defend, run our team, be an extension of me on the floor. When she plays well and she does those things well, there's definitely a factor that goes involved in our success of our team. So we need her to play much better.
How important is it for you guys to get off to that quick start? Obviously, Wednesday you guys got off to a slow start.
Yeah.
Not going on the road, how important is it to get off to that quick start?
Really important against the top teams in our league, right? It's hard to come back when you get punched like that, and even as well as we played at times in that Purdue Fort Wayne game, it was too much of a deficit to overcome, and so that's been definitely a talking point in practice. I thought Malia was really good today, showing her leadership of what it's going to take going up to the Crest Center, one of the most hostile environments that we're going to play in all year. And we have to come ready to go and locked in and prepare well, in these next couple days leading up to that, because you can't get down there. And it's too hard to overcome.